Something absolutely glorious happened yesterday on C-SPAN. Something actually interesting happened on one of their call-in shows yesterday. Jake Tapper was there shilling his book, I presume, really trying to continue the cash grab that is going back, looking back into the past, and trying to excoriate a president who saw us through an economic crisis, the likes of which we haven't seen for 100 years. He led a progressive administration, but because he stutters a little bit and had a bad debate performance, Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson, a couple of just hacks, decided to cash a check and write a book and try to denigrate an effective president. Again, a guy who's never going to be in public life again, right? While ignoring all of the voluminous evidence of Donald Trump's decline. Certainly ignoring all of the damage he's doing right now. Leaning into all these conservative MAGA narratives about the mass deportation and the protests that followed. Jake Tapper is no longer what he once was. I think Jake Tapper is afraid of Donald Trump, so much so that he's willing to sacrifice all of us to save himself. That's what's called a coward, right? I don't know much about Alex Thompson. We eat at some of the same restaurants. He's kind of a pushy dickhole, but that's for my own personal things. But anyway, Jake Tapper was on C-SPAN yesterday, and a lady called in, one of these callers who watches C-SPAN and wants to call in and give her opinion. And man, did she put him on blast. And I think she holds, I'm going to get to the clip, I know. I think she holds some of the same opinions that I once did. And it's one of the reasons I've talked about this, that I'm so upset about where Jake Tapper is now versus where he used to be, because I admired him. I've talked about how Brittany Page and I on our podcast used to affectionately refer to him as J-Tap. He was a guy I look up to. That's kind of a weird term, but yeah, maybe I looked up to him. I admired the work he did. Not anymore. He showed who he is. He showed his true colors as a hack. And he got called out real good on C-SPAN yesterday. I want to endorse everything this lady said. She may not have gone as hard as I would have liked. She could have gone harder, but she only had a little bit of time. Watch this and pay attention to his absolutely weak response to her.
But right now, I really don't like you. I think you're doing a disservice to Joe and also to the American people. When are you going to examine, what is going on with Trump? Joe Biden conducted himself for 4 years taking care of the United States. He took meetings. He went overseas. He negotiated with other leaders. This president has been pure chaos, which indicates to me that there is something wrong with him. We will never get a straight answer on his medical examinations, what medication he is on. And yet you have gone after Joe Biden with a vengeance that I'm very disappointed in you. I enjoy watching your show, but not anymore. And I think right now you ought to start writing another book examining Trump and how erratic and what he is doing, calling out the National Guard, the Marines, and everybody. When has a president ever done that? It's pure erratic.
Okay, Sarah, they're in Virginia. Thanks. Mr. Tapper.
Thanks, Sarah. Sarah, as you know, from watching my show on CNN, we cover President Trump every day for 2 hours, every day from 5 to 7 Eastern, and we cover all the things you talk about. In terms of the president, the current president's behavior, we have covered times that he has confused Nancy Pelosi with Nikki Haley. I think some of the questions about President Trump's behavior have more to do with personality than with cognitive decline. But obviously, whatever lessons we've learned from covering President Biden, we would apply to any politician, any future politician or present politician. So I'm sorry if I'm disappointing you by covering President Biden, but journalists, we are supposed to cover stories that we think the American people have a right to know, that we think will enhance their understanding of how the country's run. And I think Alex and I are proud of this book. But if you turn on CNN later today, tomorrow, the next day, you'll see we're continuing to focus on the today in our TV coverage.
Mr. Tapper, you.
Now, what I love about this is how he shifted after she said everything she said, after she told the truth. I almost said her truth, but it's the truth. After that, he goes, well, if you've watched my show, you know that I da-da-da-da-da. And then that thing that I do and I report on and I comport myself and I conduct myself, that shifted from I to we, taking credit for the good work that some do on CNN. We cover this. We do that. Well, you can't take credit, Jake, for the work of your colleagues. Whatever Manu Raju does on the Hill and the way he conducts himself isn't a reflection on you. Manu Raju didn't have a byline. He's not a co-author of your rag. He's not ignoring the dangers of fascism and the dictator on day one, Donald Trump. He's not using the phrase, I was watching TV the other day. I rewound my TV. I'm going to find this video on my phone because I just texted it to Brittany. I was like, listen to how Jake Tapper is framing this. He was talking about the arrest of Senator Alex Padilla. I didn't even plan on talking about this. It's not even queued up in my folder here. I'm going to have to find it on my phone. And he said there was violence both ways, or something. I don't remember the exact quote, but he's indicating that Alex Padilla, the senator who was there under the authority of being a United States senator and having oversight over the executive branch, asked a question and was thrown to his face, was arrested, was detained by Donald Trump's secret police. And Jake Tapper says, oh yeah, well, both sides, both sides it. So tell me more about how we are doing this. Talk about yourself, Jake Tapper. So here is that. Let me find it from my phone. I hope I can find it. And then we can talk about Jake Tapper and what a great job he's doing about covering Donald Trump squarely.
So we all saw in the video, Republicans are saying that this was Senator Padilla's fault, that he went there to create a stunt, and that he lunged at the secretary, charged at the secretary. Obviously, we see it got violent back and forth with the security people trying to push him out. He is saying, I'm Senator Padilla. Kristi Noem, Secretary Noem, said that he didn't identify himself.
Obviously, we see it got violent back and forth. I actually went and found the clip on my phone, so I know that you've seen it now. Actually, we see it get violent. What? You think Alex Padilla was violent? Is that coverage? Is this the we you're talking about, Jake Tapper? So good on this caller. Jake Tapper should resign. And like I said, maybe he's just doing a multi-week on-air audition to try to get onto Fox News. But he is dragging CNN down with him, unless the objective of CNN is to become a Newsmax or OAN or Fox News. Nobody does it better than Fox News. So I would say stay in your lane and maybe revert back to the way you used to be, Jake. You know, back when you were best friends with Republican congressmen and governors like Mark Sanford. Fucking clown. Anyway, what do you think? Did you watch this moment? Are you as appreciative as I am? Are you as fired up about this entire morass as I am? You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work, helping me produce these videos. Independent media is more important now than ever, especially when you got Jake Tappers out there still making their millions and millions of dollars every single year to betray the protections of the Constitution of the United States under the First Amendment. Anyway, find me on social media if you want to tell me how stupid I am. I am at Dollemore just about everywhere, and I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.